Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? East New York's finest, hosted by Mike. I am exhausted. I woke up tired. I had to go to my boy Yaz, who's like basically a master at rapping, and I mean rapping cars. I mean this kid is so good that they fucking. I mean, you got people from dealerships bring him Lamborghinis, R8s, all type. I mean, every time I go to this kid, be having crazy cars there. Middle Eastern kid, real cool guy, like the nicest guy you can never fucking meet. Like the kind of guy that if somebody argued, I mean, was disrespecting him, I probably run up to him and fucking choke slam him, nice, like on some real shit like that. Um, so he had to take care of something in my car. Somebody cracked a piece of my chin that fell off. I mean, I'm pretty sure it wasn't intentional, but I think when I went to grab some stuff, like a day or so before 4th of July, I think somebody just maybe a cart something. I noticed that the day I went, well, on the 4th of July morning itself, because it wasn't there on Friday when I went to Alex's house, but I noticed it that Saturday, not that Friday, because when I went to the car wash, the guys were like, "Look, no, actually, no, it was Friday. What am I talking about? It was Friday because I got the car washed on Friday, duh." So it was the 3rd of July, and so I had to order the whole fucking kit again. That was like almost 800 for the whole kit around my car. Then after that, then I had to pay another five or little just well the kid gave me a good deal. Just he said it just makes sense to instead of paint one piece, I might as well pay an extra 350 and paint all of it, and I did that. So anyway, make a long story short, for weeks now, ever since the 8th or 12th of July, it was hard getting Yaz. He had to put this one little blue strip on that one chin piece. So I wound up doing some more stuff today, and we were just chilling and had lunch and stuff. They ordered some food, and surprisingly, anyway, they ordered food and shit like that, and I ate some of it and brought the rest home. Make a long story short, and on the way going over there, since he's in Clifton, I went to Red, White, and Blue. It wasn't great. I mean, I literally got just I did get some Legos. I get them because Eunice loves this shit, and he's doing well with it on his channel, so to speak. And this piece I didn't even look that well, and this other kid named well, I ain't gonna mention his name. He actually picked this up, and it was only $1.99. And since he picked it up, he charged me $5 for it. He could have charged me more, but if I picked it up, I could have kept $5 extra in my fucking pocket, but I wanted it anyway. So it is what it is. That's what happened. I didn't look on the cart when I normally do, and I kind of fucked myself over by doing so. So that cost me $5. So in other words, I paid almost $8 for this. That's how it works when you are thrifting and shit. Sometimes you buy stuff off of people, and y'all might say, "What? So you mean to tell me you got paid twice? You got to pay the person for the product, then you got to go up to the register and still pay for it?" Yep. If you want it, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And since my dumbass did not look, and I looked on the cart, but I didn't look deep on the cart. So I wound up paying $5 for something that I could have just brought straight out without, whatever. At the end of the day, he could have sold it. He didn't have to give it to me because he sells on eBay. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? Then I got this stuff too. You probably ask yourself why I paid for this. I'm gonna show you in a minute. I think it's worth the $3 just for a couple of games that's in there. This stuff I got yesterday. I met another dude on Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to keep those names and who I meet to myself. I'm not going to kiss and tell because this is how you get competition and how you get people. Because there's a lot of people at the flea market. Very few people at the flea market look out for me. And I can mention who they are. My boy Dion is a cool guy. I love him. But that motherfucker, he don't look out the way he used to. So can't say him. I'm going to say, well, actually one person. Because, my boy Eric, or Fam Eric, he doesn't sell at the flea market unless I'm there. But he's always looking out for me. Except for when it comes to fucking G.I. Joe's, that fucking selfish prick. But, but he looks out for me like, on a real. Outside of that, though, sorry, Eric, it's true. But, but he does look out for a brother. He looks out and, shit like that. And then, my boy Hector, definitely looks out. He calls me up all the time. Hey, how you doing? Just to see how me and the family doing. And if he sees something he knows I like or whatever, he always calling me to the point where it's almost a nuisance. in a funny way though, because I'm always like, oh, this person will do da da da, but he's always like, hey Mike, you need this, or oh so and so got this, so I can get this for you, or da da da. So Godspeed to those people, man. But a lot of other people, they'll give people their numbers, and when they get stuff, I mean, I get it, it is what it is. But anyhow, before I go off the fucking beaten path, let me just shut the front door and just concentrate on this stuff. So this stuff I paid $290. No, 280, excuse me. I know I got an extra PlayStation Dual Shock box. He threw that in. This Super Nintendo is just a box. I totally fucking forgot I didn't have a Super Nintendo. The last one I sold, I think I sold to Eunice some weeks ago. And it had a little discoloration to it. But, I wasn't almost going to go get it. But, this guy, real cool guy though. But there's another company that grades. They go by eBay, and then they do their own stipulations on how they price stuff. And they price games loose, in okay condition, CIB, which means complete in box, brand new, and just the box and manual separately. I think it's called Price Match or Price Chart, something like that. He showed me all this stuff. So he's basically close to that forum and eBay, and I can't blame him. I mean, of course, a lot of resellers like, oh man, that's too much. You can't think like that. I mean, I undersell shit for the value. You have to, because you're gonna sell it to another reseller, and like a lot of people at the flea market, I love selling to the. I mean, I used to always. In the morning, I would walk around for like an hour and a half buying shit from people before I even set up. And when I do that, I realized I was losing hundreds to almost potentially over fucking $1,000 by doing that. So for like the last year or so, I stopped doing that. I'll walk around maybe once, depending on how early it is or whatever, and then I'll just come back to my spot and start setting up. When I do that, I get a lot of the resellers come up to me. A lot of people like the later people. They like walking around trying to buy shit, and then they like selling to regular people. I don't. I like selling to resellers, because resellers is what put money in my pocket. The people that are resellers, they come out there to buy. Yes, they're looking to buy cheap and in bulk, but they're buyers. I don't want to be fucking walking around or standing there looking at other vendors all fucking day until like 11:30, 12 in the fucking afternoon, just to sell 8 or 9 items to a potential collector or just a flea market dweller walking around. That's not my idea. If I'm coming out to the flea market, my idea is to make $1,500 and better, and that's on the low end. A lot of people out there, they're looking, hey, if I make $300 or $400, nah, that's not worth my fucking time. I'm looking to make over a G and beyond when I come to a flea market, and I'm talking about after my profit and after paying for the spot. I'm not even talking about all together. Maybe you guys might think, oh, that's too much. No, that's just the way I think and stuff like that. So with that basically being said, I can understand he don't mind giving a deal, but he's more geared toward people that buy in huge bulk and or for a collector, because he don't like really dealing with individual items with resellers, because resellers want the stuff for dirt cheap so they can resell it. And he's like, well, why would I do that when I can sell it myself? And I respect that. So some of y'all might say, well, you know what? That's a lot of money. No, I've been looking on Whatnot alone, and motherfuckers want $130+ just for this fucking box. And that's not even a superset. I'm talking about like just the regular Super NES box, just the 2 controllers and the system, not even with the Super Mario. And then a Wii, this Mario Kart Wii, you're looking at $180 and beyond. Trust me, I'm not even just talking about on eBay. I'm talking about it on Whatnot. And to me, Whatnot is a lot cheaper than eBay, because you're seeing what you get, and you almost get it quicker. But I do like the way eBay does things a little better, because I'm having issues now with that kid Skylar. I have some packages that are missing, and there's an issue. So I gotta deal with that now. And and then you got this Wii as well. This one comes with Super Mario Brothers, and I believe they're both included. So like I said, I am collecting box systems for now. I don't know if I'm gonna collect them, but I'm trying to get a whole bunch of shit, and I may just run off everything in one crazy ass nice amount of money. So I don't know where I'm at yet, but I feel, hey, it's my cash, my shit. I think I paid, it wasn't 280, it was 290. Because he wanted 100 for this. 125 on that, and a buck and a quarter on that. So that's already 250, and so we already at 350. I told him I didn't want this because I have extra boxes, and just like one of the other ones I have here, it has writing on it, and I do have one downstairs that's clear, so I'm gonna keep that one, and these two I'll get rid of, even though this is just an empty box. Then you have this. I seen this sell for up to fucking $70 fucking dollars on Whatnot a couple of times. This same specific color, just the fucking box. And he threw in this box and that PlayStation DualShock box. And this actually has all the inserts and everything, including the little stand cradle thingamajig. So the fact that he threw all, I mean, you know, that's not bad because if I don't have this particular 3DS, I will be getting one. I don't know how much, like seriously, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be on Whatnot. I think I'm just gonna start buying on eBay because I really don't like the way the Whatnot app runs when you have issues. And I have 2 accounts now. Ever since I bought my iMac, I have another account. Same name and everything. Just that there's an O in this one that I use on my phone. I don't know how to switch it or whatever. I gotta find somebody who can help me so I can be able to do service on my PC for both accounts. And I had an issue with Skylar as far as letting him know. And he's like, "Well, Mike, you know, it's impossible that you got that delivery stolen because." The items are still in shipping, and I try to explain to him, well, I'm using it on my phone, and I think somehow because I had, on the phone you gotta fucking do each individual item, and when there's like 20 or 30 fucking items, they all look alike after a while. So I did, by mistake, added some of the other one, added some, I think 5 or 6 items that didn't come yet. So now Whatnot is giving me a hard time. And I'm like, listen, it doesn't matter. I mean, if I'm buying a lot of shit and some of my shit don't come or I don't get it, I already lost out on fucking almost $800. But I'm going to contact my bank probably tomorrow or Friday to nib all that shit in the bud. So I'm starting to have more troubles with Whatnot. And I know I've said this 100 times, but it gets to the point now, I don't even look at G.I. Joe auctions anymore on Whatnot because it's so fucking boring now. It's everybody's showing the same repetitive bullshit to where I get nauseous. I look at it for like a couple of seconds and I go off. I don't look at nobody's shit on Whatnot no more when it comes to G.I. Joes. And I've been buying, I must have spent about close to 6,000 in the last couple of weeks alone just on Whatnot. And probably more than half of that went to Skylar alone. And I understand how he feels as far as that. I mean, I don't know if I don't really give a flying fuck, but it was an honest mistake, so hopefully that'll be nipped in the bud. If not, I'm gonna have to take other precautions, and I won't deal with him anymore. At the end of the fucking day, it's his loss, not mine. That's if it comes to that. But right now we're in the early stages. But anyhow, that's what I got. Last night, and then yesterday I also got these. I know exactly what these were. These are Dino Riders, Dino Rider dinosaurs. So I did get these yesterday. Me and Isaiah, we took we was on a bike. We did something yesterday. I forgot what the fuck it was. And, we was actually on my Yamaha Roadstar. And we wound up going to Red, White, and Blue. And then we came back home, ordered some Chinese food, had them deliver it because both of my saddlebags were full. He brought some jeans he wanted, which is ironic considering that they were like $64.99 for the same exact jeans, like in the middle of the winter or end of it or something like that, when he had to do something for Black History Month, some baggy shit they were doing, and whatever. Anyway, it's not worth mentioning. So he found 2 pairs of those brand new, so he was happy with that. So yeah, I just hope he knows that he still gotta wash them. And then, obviously, rest of this shit, I've been getting a lot of wires. These are like power cords, and HDMI cords that I can put with the systems that normally come with HDMI. So this way, I will have complete systems. Excuse me. So, because I know Dave, the owner of Antique Collectible Mall, he did complain to me when I sold and traded him a whole bunch of my video game stuff, especially box systems that for G.I. Joe stuff. He said that a lot of people came back complaining that A lot of the box stuff wasn't complete. And I said, you know what? I'm sorry. You're probably right. Because I do notice that I did put a lot of stuff in boxes, and they were probably missing AV cables and HDMI. But since I've been getting so many for so cheap back then, now this stuff is hard to come by, and I'm paying almost fucking 5 times more than what I was paying then. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, fucking people want like $180 to $200 for a fucking Sega Dreamcast now. That's crazy. A year ago this time, 60, $70. A fucking white Wii in a box, 70, $80. People want $120 for a Wii now. And that's not even this one or this one. I'm talking about like a regular white Wii in the box. And if you got the red one or the blue one that comes in the same white box, oh, forget about it. You're looking at $180 each day. I mean, it's fucking retarded. Like, box systems are crazy. It's like, god damn, man. I mean, come on. Come on, man. $100 for an empty box with the inserts. That's crazy. But I mean, I could get it. You know, people want to complete their systems. They want to put their systems in boxes. So people go out there, and people are selling empty fucking boxes for crazy money because people know that people want to complete their systems and put their systems in boxes. It's nuts. And moving back here, yesterday I also got this. I think this is Maui, right? Or what his name is. Does he work? Let's see. No. So they're supposed to be making a live movie of this as well. This was $2. That's why I picked it up. And there's a lot of toys that I get excited looking at now because a lot of stuff don't come out like it used to. This thing used to come out fucking dime a dime. I mean, I'm talking about not even a dime, pennies on the 2 dozens. You know what I mean? So finding shit like this now, you're like, holy shit! Like Jurassic Park dinosaurs, you see them shit so much that they should be like $2, $3.99. Now when they come out at $8, $9.99, you're contemplating on picking them up just because they're hard to fucking come by. And then this Pablo only charged me $5 for this bag of stuff. You got some Sonic and other shit in here, and these figures as well. This I picked up. The tag fell off. This is like $2.99 in downtown Patterson. Also got these downtown Patterson. This was actually 70% off. This was full price, and these two were 50% off. Iron Man 2 for the PSP and Need for Speed Undercover for the PSP. Fucking love this game. I forgot this. No, this is not the one that I really, really love. The first one I really, really love is Hot Pursuit. That game, I could play that game all day on a PS3 and the PSP. Especially when the cop catch you in the mountains, in the woods. And he's like, Don Smith, S-ha. Yo, that shit is so fucking funny. That's his way of saying, don't move, asshole. He says, Don Smith, S-ha. I will never forget that. That shit was like, what, back in 2006? And I still remember that shit to the T. Don Smith, S-ha. And then I got this as well. I think this is like, what, $3 or something like that? Why? Oh, man. Why the fuck did I pay $4 for this? What the fuck is wrong with me? So we got here Donatello, Michelangelo, and a Roach. Some Roach guy. Alrighty then. And then these I got, where the hell did I get the, oh yeah, these I got from Red, White, and Blue. We got Xbox Connect. The only reason I got this is because I do know that there is a boxed Xbox that comes with this Connect Adventures. That's why I got that. Assassin's Creed 3. I love the game, but I don't like free roaming games, and it drives me crazy. This, on the other hand, I don't know why somebody left this behind. I mean, it's beyond good and evil, but I didn't get it for that. Check this shit out. Shenmue 2 for the original Xbox. Crazy. Somebody damn sure didn't open that up, because if they did, they would have took that just for the Shenmue 2. I think Shenmue 2 for the original Xbox should be like a 20. It should be well worth more than that. That's for sure. And then here we got hold on, let me unzip it. So I didn't get it for the DVDs. I got it for the couple of games that are in here. Damn, if I can get to it. There we go. Yeah. So we got Madden '09. What is this? This might be a DVD. Yeah, that's a DVD. Yeah, whatever. So again, you got Madden. You got NCAA '08, March Madness. Then for the 360, you got Ghost Recon. I think there's more than that. Or maybe that, that's weird. I thought it was more than just those three. Oh yeah, there you go. And for the original Xbox, we got Platinum Hits Halo. And for the Xbox 360, we got Halo 3. I know there's another reason why I got this. So yeah, there you have that. That's why I paid $2.99 for that. Basically $3. This was $8. I only got it because they came out with I'm about to say Woody. They came out with Buzz Lightyear, and these things are becoming harder and harder to find. Toy Story toys. At one time, I actually had a whole bunch of these, and I had them upstairs on display. Woody is missing his hat. I think the hat was in here, and they changed it, or somebody took it out. Because this was still $8, but I do remember the hat being in there. But you got Bullseye with Woody, and then you got Buzz here, and of course I got this Animal Crossing Build-A-Bear. This thing sells for around $25+. I was like, why does that look so familiar? And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I looked on the bottom and I saw that, and I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna grab that. Because I know anything Pokemon, Nintendo, Build-A-Bear stuff should always be worth at least $15 and better. And to pay $3 for something that I can easily make 20 on, can't beat that. So there you have that. So that's everything I got. And of course I got these today. Got these for Eunice. These are all Lego parts with minifigures and shit in there. So yeah, and of course I got this as well. So yep, that's everything today. Between today and yesterday, it wasn't really much to scream about. That's why I didn't do a video yesterday. And then and again, I got these wires and cords, like HDMI's and power cords for the Xbox. The Xbox Ones I picked up Sunday, and also some PS3s that you just hook up the you just put this in the back. They were like $3. Some of y'all, you know, I mean, I didn't have any of these, so yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching.